my name is Bárbara and I'm here to present to you the work I have developed this year alongside Professor Gilmeire, Voz Geral, and PIBIC Junior student Matheus Vicelli. The title of this project is the development of self-learning videos for the use of the Atlas TI software in the qualitative data analysis, right? So, first of all, this research is linked to Observa, which is the Observatório de Processos de Inovação e Criatividade nas Práticas de Ensino e Aprendizagem. Due to the lack of material that would articulate the use of Atlas TI with the theory of qualitative data analysis, this project was proposed. It's a continuation of previous projects and previous works developed by CIGIS, and this project aims to create instructional videos so that students can access anytime they want, anytime they need, some theory, some instructional videos so that they can develop their scientific researches. So to give you a brief background on what supports this project, what is the basis of this project, we must think of the self-directed learning theory, which is basically a theoretical framework that gives us guidelines on how to create material and how to give people more autonomy on their learning process. So that is the base of all of our videos. This is how we developed them based on this framework of the self-learning principles. And as for our theoretical background on the qualitative data analysis, we use Saldanha's coding cycles. It's one way of analyzing qualitative data, and it's the one we chose because it's the one that is used by CIGIS and it's the one that is used articulated with Atlas TI. Saldanha proposes this method in 5 stages, which are the pre-coding stage, first cycle coding, the intermediate cycle, the second cycle coding, and the post-coding. So all those stages are basically guidelines for researchers to follow each part of the process so they can analyze and refine their data so that they can articulate with their theory in a better way. The objective of this project was to develop the didactic videos that associate the techniques of qualitative data analysis with the resources available in the Atlas TI software. So for their methodology, I think it's important to stress that this project was another student's project, but he had to withdraw from this PBT and I took over. So that's why we made some changes. Initially, Camtasia software was planned for screen and audio capture, and the visual materials would be created on PowerPoint. But after I took over, we saw that we could both have our visual materials as well as our screen and audio capture on PowerPoint, so that was what was done. The video production method was created based on the principles of self-regulated learning. So here's just background so you can understand which principles were used. So basically, all the activities should be planned based on projects and problems. So each video would have a question so that we could approach one topic and bring that to the student. Also, we should ensure sufficient time for preparation. So here in our videos, it is about the student being able to pause the video whenever they need, so they can answer any questions and really take in what they are learning. The third principle is to ensure continuous evaluation, so students are encouraged to discuss the topics and reflect upon the topics with their peers, their teachers, or whoever they can discuss it with. We should also promote opportunities for applying knowledge, so a package of So an Atlas TI project packages would be available for students to practice their analysis techniques that they learned with the videos. And lastly, we should offer students maximum control over what, when, where, and how they learn. So this is based on the autonomy that the self-regulated learning brings. So you have absolute control on your learning process, and the videos should be easy to navigate through so that the student can really be responsible for it, right? So after a few scripts, after a few videos that were sent to be evaluated, after the adjustments, not only theoretical but also technical, were made, the final product of our videos was a final video that was initially 35 minutes long, but of course that was not the final product. It was sent to Mateus, who's the PBK junior student, so that he could edit. Along with the final video, there was a script for the organization of each video, so he could cut in the correct parts, and we would have the result of the 6-video plan, right? Afterwards, the videos were posted on YouTube on the CG's YouTube channel. I'll have them linked below in the description box. And as for our results, we had 6 brief instructional videos which bring the basic concepts of the coding process by Saldanha articulated with the use of the Atlas TI software. So for the first video, we had an introductory video in which I presented myself and explained to the students, to the audience, the concept of code and its use. So what's coding, what's a code, what it's used for, and all of those things. For the second video, we approached the pre-coding process. So in this video, I approached what is the pre-coding phase, its importance to the process of coding, and how this procedure should be carried out according to Saldanha. For the third video, we talked about the first cycle coding, which is the first cycle of qualitative analysis based on what Saldanha says. And so we brought explanations regarding the completion of this cycle with examples of its practical use of in the Atlas TI software. So not using the Atlas TI software, but an example of research that was developed with this with Saldanha's theory and Atlas TI, so students could have an illustration of how it looks and how it is in practice. For the fourth video, we had the intermediate cycle, and in this video we discussed the importance and the theoretical basis of this phase in the qualitative analysis process. And an important resource of Atlas TI was explained, which are the networks. We explained what are the networks and how it's relevant for this part of the process, of course bringing practical examples of its use. For the fifth video, we talked about the second cycle coding, so we explained what it is and how it should be carried out, again with practical examples of the theory articulated with the use of the Atlas TI software. The sixth and final video, we discussed the post-coding process, what to do after you finished your analysis, how to go on from the analysis to your theoretical articulation, and it was the final video in which we ended all the explanations. So, with this, I think it's important that we stress that this is about quality. When you are able to understand what you are doing, you will do your work with more quality, correct? So, because of this, we understand that if coding equals ordering the elements of a research in a systematic orders so that they are part of a system or a classification, and this is a careful and systematic process, then it's only logical that the researcher knows and understands how this process should be carried out, what's important, what is its importance, and really understands how it should be done so that they can do it with more quality. When we provide to the student, to the researcher, this kind of thing, we are able to provide them better use of the theory and better quality in their project, whatever it is. So yes, and also it's very important that we provide the student with more independence, with more ways to go after their learning process and go after knowledge, so that they can really navigate through this universe more safely and have the best out of this theory, so that they can develop better researches as well as learn more. So as for the final considerations of our project, I would like to say that technology as in the internet, allied with solid learning strategies, are vital for our learning process. It grants students accessibility and the possibility of democratizing knowledge that is very relevant to the academic scientific production. This kind of thing, understanding how to analyze data and how to create a better coordinated project, is vital for everything that we produce in the academic universe, and giving students the possibility to have it more accessible from their own homes, from wherever they need, from their phones, from their computers. This makes it easier so that students can understand what they're doing and really are not dependent on a third party to understand something. They don't need to be in classes sometimes if they cannot have access to it. They really have this available online, so they can look up wherever they want. Again, it's very important to understand qualitative data analysis strategies. There are thousands of them, as Saldanha says. Saldanha's theory is only one way to understand qualitative data analysis, but whichever theory you choose, it's vital that you understand what you're doing so that you can have a better result out of all of this. And providing students with instructional videos with easier ways, easier explanations, so that they can have it really close to them, is really good for the construction of their knowledge and for their learning process. Those are just my references. I would like to thank everyone who watched this video, was interested in this video, to thank Professor Gilmeire, Mateus, who has been amazing with the editing, and to the examiners that watched this video. Thank you very much. Bye.